So I taught you yesterday the 1000 trick for figuring out the horizontal asymptote. See this one, I can tell by looking at the graph. Its long run is, it's going to head towards 2 in the long run. So I know it's horizontal asymptote. Its horizontal asymptote is, these are y equals horizontal, horizontal. Y equals 2 for the one that you see on the screen. But what if I just gave you an equation? Y equals x plus 3 over x minus 7. I taught you in the long run, is kind of like putting in 1,000 for x. Do you get that that means, in this case, about 1,000 over about 1,000? Remember, we're rounding here. So what's 1,000 divided by 1,000? So y equals 1 is the horizontal asymptote. Raise your hand if you had that one right. Okay, awesome. Then what was the vertical asymptote? Can't you say 7? X equals 7. Good. That's a horizontal here. And this is a, what kind did you just say? Vertical. Good. Horizontal, vertical. Did this one have any holes in it? No. If there would have been an x minus 7 on top, it would have changed 2 things. First of all, that would not have been a horizontal anymore then. No, wait. Yeah, the horizontal would have changed. And the vertical would have changed, and it would have been a hole instead of a vertical. Like, that would have changed everything. But there's no holes on this one. All right. Would everybody please write these 3 problems down? You're going to get 3 different kinds of answers. I want the horizontal asymptotes for these 3 problems. Number 1, y equals x squared plus 3 over x. X plus 4 in parentheses over x times x minus 7. And the third question, two x over x minus 8. Give me the horizontal asymptote for all 3 kinds. They are all different. So know the answer for 1, 2, and 3, and you better not just say a number. I hope I've pounded on that enough that you know just a number probably isn't right. Would you please turn and talk to the kid next to you when they're ready and see what they think the answers are. Neil, Libby, Gray, Kate, and Kenneth, and Seiji. That's all I got. I'm going to pause it while you talk to the kid next to you. And here we go. Number 1. Dice of Destiny. Who's going to answer these for me? It's row 2, person 2. And can you tell me that first one, when you put in 1,000, what did you get?
You put in 1,000, you get 1,000 back.
Okay, you put in 1,000, and that plus 3 doesn't really matter, right? Does the 1,000 squared matter? Yeah, it matters a lot. So then that's like 1,000 times 1,000. So do you get, instead of 1,000 squared, I'm going to say 1,000 times 1,000? Because it helps me see that, oh, you can cancel that. So I put in 1,000, and I got 1,000. Does that mean that the asymptote is at 1,000? No, because if you put in 1,000,000, you get 1,000,000. If you put in 1,000,000,000, you get 1,000,000,000. And so this one has no asymptote. For those of you that wrote y equals 1,000, you got to get this straight. If you put in a big number and you got a big number, you got to just keep on putting in bigger and bigger numbers and see if it keeps changing. If it keeps changing, there's no limit. And so there's no asymptote. All right, number 2. Row 2, last person this time. Paige, what do you say? We put in 1,000, what happens?
Y equals 0.
Okay, hold on. At first you didn't get 0 though. What happened to your thousands that you put in?
The top right after 1,000 is 4, and then 1,000 times 1,000 is 7.
All right. So, did some of them kind of round away? The +4 didn't really matter, did it? And the -7 didn't really matter, did it? So then what cancels?
The 1,000 on top and one of the 1,000s on the bottom.
Nice. And then some kids will say, so the answer's 1,000. No, the answer is what? It's not 0 either to start with. What is it to start with? 1/1,000. And then you can round it and say 1/1,000th, that's pretty much 0. So you're right. But if you just say 0 on the test, you get it wrong. So, Paige,
Y equals 0.
y equals 0. And then you better check that it's horizontal is the y, and if you just draw one, be like this way, left to right. So yeah, that's right. There we go. All right. Dice of Destiny, who's last? Row 2 again. They really liked row 2. This time it's the 4th person. So that's Mr. Friday. You put in 1,000, what happens?
You have 2,000 over basically 1,000.
Yes, I like the way you said that. Basically 1,000. So what's 2,000 over 1,000 simplified to? So what's your answer? There we go. Raise your hand if you had those right. Cool. Then, now you have a bunch of time to work on the homework. Like I said, I taught you this ahead of time so that today'd be easy. Now you got a bunch of time to work, but you do have to do the whole worksheet. Okay, so find that worksheet that's assigned. You have a ton of time to work on it. And let me just make sure it isn't obscene in size. So let me look at it. I'll make sure that if it is just gruesome, I'll cut off some. So we're going to skip problems 14, 16, and 18 because the assignment is too big. At the beginning, it will go fast, though. Like, if you're not doing the first few problems fast, then you're probably not doing them right. So skip 14, 16, and 18. Dylan Friday, reading number 1.
Alright, it's f of x equals 3 parentheses x minus 7 parentheses x plus 7 over 2x parentheses x minus 7.
All right. Now, the first thing you can do is cancel off those x minus 7s. But what do they want for the directions on this?
To find the hole or holes.
Ooh, there's a hole right there. We made the hole already. And a hole is at 7 comma, well, it's going to take a minute. You got to go back and put 7 in the remaining function. So let me show you how to write that. After that thing canceled, the remaining function looks like this. All right. So the hole is at 7 comma, well, I'm going to put the 7 in here and here. And I'll have 3 times 14 is 42 over 2 times 7 is 14. And I feel like I could reduce that. Somebody help me out. What's 42/14 reduced to?
3.
Is it just 3?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Just divides and it makes 3. Okay, there's the hole. Now what else they want, Dylan?
Then they want the vertical asymptote.
All right. I was wrong. This thing is longer than I thought, so we're going to skip even more than I thought. I thought it was just find the horizontals. Okay, so the hole is 7, 3. The vertical is what makes the bottom 0. What does make the bottom 0? Just 0. Can I just write 0? Then what do I write? The vertical or the zertical. X equals 0. Okay, now how does it ask for the horizontals? I would assume it does. All right, and horizontals is the 1,000 trick. After you've canceled that stuff off, put the 1,000 in here. And I hope you realize 1,000 plus 7 is pretty much 1,000. And 1,000 here means you've pretty much got, oh, my thousands will cancel, won't they? So it's pretty much 3 over 2, which is pretty much, well, I could just say 3 over 2, or I could say 1.5. Do you get how those thousands will cancel? So horizontals are horizontals. Y equals 3 over 2 is just fine, or 1.5. Okay, now that I know you have to do all that on every problem, let's just do the odds. Do the odds. That'll be enough. Odd problems on this whole worksheet. And that's all I got for you for today.